Hello, everybody. Are you sitting comfortably? Then I'll begin. Well, I think we'd all agree that the last 7 or 8 months have been pretty rubbish, haven't they? And so I am absolutely delighted to say that we at Ticketer have got some great news for you. And that is that after 11 years, we have finally, or are finally going to get, a competent CEO. His name is Andy, and he starts at the beginning of November. And you will be given his surname at the end of this, because if I tell you now, you'll all go rushing off to LinkedIn to check him out and not listen to me. And I like you listening to me. So that's what you've got to do. And look, every great business needs to grow and evolve and to bring in new blood. And if I'm honest, over the last couple of years, I've often wondered whether I am actually doing the best job I can do. I think I am, but it's an immensely challenging situation to be growing as fast as I'm delighted to say we have, to keep those standards up throughout, but at the same time to keep the sort of quality and innovation of a startup, the energy and so on. And I'm pretty proud of that we've managed it, but we're getting to a point now, and particularly with the exciting acquisition of Fara, our sister company in the Nordics, who are a great ally of ours. We've more than doubled actually with that acquisition in size. So we've been looking at how we can marry our maturity and the benefits of a sort of a profitable business and a well-established business with the sort of out of the box thinking of a startup. And so to make that happen, or to enable it to happen, Andy's going to join us as CEO of Ticketer UK and of the Ticketer Group itself. I'm going to be moving to a new role. Couldn't think what to call it, so we've called it Founder. Based on my previous experience, it should have been Flounder. I wanted to be head of Blue Sky, but apparently anybody who's ever met me knows that already, so that wasn't allowed. And the key element for me, there's many things I'm going to be doing, but the key element for me is that post-COVID, there are going to be significant changes to public transport. I think they're both challenges, but they're also opportunities. I think we've got to almost reset the way we see things, and we, Ticketer, have to look 5 to 10 years ahead to see where this industry is going and what we can do to deliver for it, and to hopefully be the market leader in doing that, both here in the UK, in the Nordics, and internationally. So that's our aim, and that's going to be what I will be looking at for the business primarily. It's innovation and driving us forward to meet those challenges. This really is so exciting. It is the threshold of a new moment for us. It's a massive opportunity. It's a massive challenge and a massive opportunity. Now, one of our principles is not to be arrogant, but I am going to be proud. I'm going to be immensely proud, not just of what we've done over COVID, but of the ethos of Ticketer, which is utterly team and customer centric. That's what drives us. And it stems from me because I was with others that, at the very origin of Ticketer, but it's so well baked in. I hate that phrase, but it's been destroyed now, but it's so baked in from top to bottom in Ticketer. It is in our NDA, in our DNA. And it's on that basis that I want to talk about Andy, because Andy, just to give you some background, he comes to us with enormous expertise and experience. Primarily, he's worked the majority of his life with IBM internationally. Spent much time in England and France in other jobs as well. And his expertise is across delivering technical services, amongst many other pieces of expertise and competence. But that's not the key, because there are many CEOs that have that competence. The challenge for us was to find someone who shares that Ticketer ethos, because it is what drives us. And that's not easy to find, to be honest. And so I'm absolutely delighted that Andy has that ethos. He is a Ticketer sort of person, and he's going to be a massive success. So I'm really excited that he's joining us. Now, I can't say that it's been all plain sailing, my transition. Some elements have been painful. One of those was listening to my management team begging my wife, Di, to have me retire. And more hurtful than that, very much more hurtful, was Di begging them back not to let me retire. And being Di, she won, and so I'm here for some considerable time. It's also genuinely a bittersweet moment, because Ticketer it's my life. It's like a child to me. But it's also very similar to when I gave my children away. I couldn't get any money for them. No, when I gave them away when they got married. And I absolutely adore my kids. And sort of giving them away and sharing them was a huge wrench. But I was so proud and knew so much it was the right thing that they had to move on to really soar. And it's been fantastic, because I knew the bond would actually get stronger, and it has. And that will be the case with Ticketer. Ticketer needs to grow. We have a thing in Ticketer, which is rather infantile, which is to infinity and beyond. And I sort of see myself as the guy who was lucky enough to get us into orbit, the first stage, and to get us en route to the moon. Andy's the second stage. Angie's going to shoot us off towards Mars and beyond. And it's hugely exciting. And I'm very, very proud, actually, that we're at a point where that is going to happen. So the downside is that I'm not going anywhere. But I am going to say that the downside for you, by the way, not for me, I'm baked into. And it's not really the time to say anything. This should be for when I retire, but you don't want to wait for that. So I'm just going to say a few thank yous, and I'm going to say, as I said previously, I don't want to be arrogant, but I'm so proud of what we together have achieved. And by we, I mean our team. I am so proud and in awe of our team. I get enormous plaudits. They do the work, I get the plaudits. Now, Andy's probably more generous in that front, but I'm not. So I'm going to keep taking plaudits wherever I can get them. But I'll be honest, just this once with you, it comes from a brilliant team, right the way from top to bottom. So a huge thank you to them. To our customers, who are just brilliant. They've been from the very outset so supportive and loyal and innovative. It's a pleasure working with them, and loads of them have become friends. And I look to our suppliers and our partners, because however good our customers are and however hard we try, without great partners and suppliers, you can't deliver. And finally, and hopefully by the end of them listening to this, we'll get even more budget out of them, to our investors, Tenzing, who just get us, get our ethos. And I think it's pretty unique among private equity to be like that. They're great friends too, and they're a real addition. They back us to the hilt. And so thank you to everybody who's made Ticketer and continues to make Ticketer such a success. Now, I am almost at a point of giving you Andy's surname. I would ask you to keep on with me. Bear with me for another 10 seconds till I finish, because I feel good about that. But his surname is Monshaw. I nearly said his surname is Andy Monshaw, but that would be Andy Monshaw, so that wouldn't work. So he's Monshaw. There aren't many Monshaws, apparently, and if you look him up on LinkedIn, you'll pretty well find him straight away. But if you don't, he's the one. If you get more than one, he's the one who owns a tennis club. So thank you so much. I hope you all stay safe, and I look forward to the day when all of this is over and we get back to normality, and appreciate it so much more. And finally, from everybody at Ticketer, we'll keep on doing what we always do. And please just follow our laughter. So thank you.